Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about one topic from unit number 6, that is direct central impact. Now first we will start with definition of the terms related with direct central impact, and then in this lecture we will be discussing about three numericals based on direct central impact. So let us start with definition of impact. So what is impact? Impact is collision between two bodies which occurs for a very small interval of time and during which two bodies exerts on each other relatively large force is called as impact. So very simple definition, collision between two objects or two bodies which occurs for a very small interval of time and during which two bodies exert on each other a relatively large force. So this type of collision is called as impact. Now the large force which is involved during the impact is called as impulsive force, that we'll be discussing under separate topic. Okay. Now what is mean by line of impact? The common normal to the surfaces in contact during which the impact takes place is called as line of impact. So again I am reading the definition, the sketch, this is the sketch given for explanation. The common normal to the surfaces in contact during the impact is called as the line of impact. So here we are considering two objects colliding with each other. This is blue colored ball and this is yellow colored ball. Impact or collision between them is taking place, and this is common point of contact during the impact, and a vertical line passing through this point is called as plane of contact, and the normal to the plane of contact is called as line of impact. So here this is line of impact, this is line of impact which is normal to the plane of contact. Okay. Now third important definition is direct central impact. What is meant by direct central impact? We know impact. Impact is a general term. It is the collision between two objects. Now, after studying line of impact, let us discuss about direct central impact. When the mass centers are located on the line of impact. Now we know line of impact. In this figure, this is line of impact. It is normal to the plane of contact. When mass centers, or we can call it as center of gravity, when mass centers are located on the line of impact. So this is the line of impact. If the mass centers are located on this line of impact and the velocities are directed along the line of impact, then the impact is called as direct central impact. Again, let us consider this second figure. Here two objects are colliding with each other, A and B. The objects are named as A and B. Okay, so this is the plane of contact, and the normal to the plane of contact is line of impact. Now in this collision, this point, it indicates a mass center of B and this is mass center of A. The mass centers are located on the line of impact, as well as the velocities are directed along the line of impact. So this is velocity of A which is directed along the line of impact. This is velocity of B which is directed along the line of impact. So when mass centers are located on the line of impact, as well as the velocities are also directed along the line of impact, then the impact is called as direct central impact. So this is one more important definition in this topic. So now we have studied impact, then line of impact and direct central impact. Now let us discuss about the problem with which we will be dealing in this topic. Now mainly our problems will be related to determination of velocities after impact. Determination of velocities after impact. So our problems are mainly related to finding the velocities of the two objects after their impact. So here we will discuss the problem in three steps. So number one, Consider two bodies moving with initial velocities UA and UB to the right such that UA is greater than UB, such that UA is greater than UB and B is to the right of A. So this is a simple assumption that B is to the right of A, and now the two objects are moving to the right with velocities UA and UB. So this is UB velocity of ball B, this is UA velocity of A, such that UA is greater than UB. So UA is greater than UB. When UA is greater than UB, then only collision will be possible. Otherwise, collision will not be there. Otherwise, collision will not be there. So here, UA is greater than UB and hence there will be collision between these two objects. So second step is collision. Collision takes place between the two bodies A and B, and because of this the two bodies deform and move together with common velocity V for some time. So in the second step, first step is two objects are moving to the right UA with velocities UA and UB. UA is greater than UB, and because of this collision between them takes place. So this is collision between the two objects. Now when this collision takes place, since large force is involved during the collision, the objects deform. So this is deformation of sphere B, this is deformation of sphere or ball A, and for a very short time the two objects move together with common velocity V, and after some time the two objects separate. So third step is, now the bodies separate sometime and after some time, and now moving with velocities VA and VB. So after separation, now the bodies are moving with velocities VB and VA. So first step, remember first step is objects are moving to the right. This is before collision. This is at the time of collision. When collision takes place, the objects deform and the bodies are moving with common velocity V. Okay, and now the third step is, after some time the objects are now separated and moving with velocities VA and VB. So here UA and UB, these are the initial velocities before impact, and VA and VB, these are the velocities after impact. And our problem is to find VA and VB velocities after impact. Okay, now in this problem UA, UB, MA, MB will be known to you. Now your problem is find VA and VB. Thus we are having two unknowns. In this problem, and therefore to solve such problems we must have two equations with us. Now in the third case, the bodies are now separated and moving with velocities VA and VB such that VB is greater than VA, and hence no further collision is possible. Our problem is limited to finding VA and VB. And thus now we are having two unknowns, and therefore to solve this, to find these unknowns, we must have two equations. Now here we will discuss how to develop these two equations. When you are having two unknowns with two equations, problem can be solved easily. Okay, now let us discuss how to solve a problem having two unknowns. Now our problem is finding velocities after collision or after impact. Okay, so in our problem there are two unknowns VA and VB. These are the two unknowns, and hence we must have two equations. This is important, two equations. Now these two equations can be developed using law of conservation of moment and using definition of coefficient of restitution. So we will discuss one by one. First we will discuss law of conservation of momentum. What is law of conservation of momentum? We know this law very well. We are applying this law in physics from our school days. So let us define the law of conservation of momentum. So it states that when collision between two bodies takes place and if there is no external force, this is important, there should not be any external force, and there is no external force involved in it, then the total momentum is conserved. The total momentum is conserved. That is, momentum before impact is equal to momentum after impact. Okay, momentum before impact is equal to momentum after impact. So first, to discuss this law, first let us revise the definition, or let us discuss the definition of momentum. Momentum is nothing but product of mass and velocity. Okay, so according to law of conservation of momentum, the momentum before impact is equal to momentum after impact. It means that the momentum is conserved. So total momentum is conserved. Conservation of momentum is there. So according to this law, let us write down the equation. Momentum before impact. So momentum of a complete system before impact. So this is before impact. Momentum of ball A is m into v according to the definition. So MAUA plus MBUB. This is total momentum of the system just before the impact. So here we are writing MAUA plus MBUB. This is momentum before the impact must be equal to momentum after impact. So what is momentum after impact? So after impact, this is the case. After impact, this is the case. So after impact, the total momentum of the system is MAVA plus MBVB, and hence writing in the equation MAVA plus MBVB, and thus momentum before impact, total momentum of the system before impact, MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MAVA plus MBVB, and this is our equation number 1. This is our equation number 1. Remember, we are having two unknowns, VA and VB. So we must have two equations. Now at present we are having only one equation with us in terms of VA and VB. Remember, in this problem, MAUA, MB, UB, these are known to us. Okay, these quantities are known to us. So our problem is finding VA and VB only. So far we are having only one equation in terms of the two unknowns, VA and VB. Now how to develop the second equation? The second equation can be developed using definition of coefficient of restitution. Okay, coefficient of restitution. So what is coefficient of restitution? It is the ratio of relative velocity of two bodies after impact to the relative velocity before impact, and it is denoted by E. It is unitless quantity. It is denoted by E, and it is unitless quantity. Okay, so the ratio of relative velocity of the two bodies after impact to the relative velocity before impact, or it can be defined in briefly like this. It is the measure of loss of energy. So after knowing the value of E, one can guess about loss of energy. One can guess about loss of energy. So according to the definition of coefficient of restitution, we can write E is equal to ratio of relative velocity of the bodies after impact. So after impact, the bodies are having velocities VB and VA. VB and VA. So relative velocity. We have already studied in relative velocity. VBA is equal to VB minus VA. VB minus VA. Here I am writing VB minus VA because VB is greater than VA and the quantity will have positive sign. So here velocities, relative velocity after impact is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. Remember, the ratio must have positive sign. That's why I am writing VP minus VA upon UA minus UB, because after impact VP is greater than VA, before impact UA is greater than UB, and that's why I am following this sequence, VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. Or one can write it like this, VA minus VP. Now in this case, this total value will have negative sign, VA minus VB upon UB minus UA. Again the denominator will have negative sign, negative, negative, positive. So ultimately E must have positive sign. That is important. So you can use either VB minus VA upon UA minus UB or VA minus VB upon UA minus UB. But I will prefer this particular equation. E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB, and this is our second equation. Thus, in our problem, we are having two unknowns as discussed earlier. We are having two problems, VA and VB, and now we are having two equations, MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MAVA plus MBVB. So this is in terms of two unknowns, VA and VB, first equation, and the second equation which we are having in terms of the unknowns, E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB, and thus we are having two equations for two unknowns, and solving these two equations, VA and VB can be obtained. So this is simple procedure to solve problems related to impact or direct central impact. Now while developing this particular theory, only one assumption we are using, that B is to the right of A and both are moving to the right. This is important, and both are moving to the right. This I have assumed while developing the above theory. Now here few points you must know. These are the important points one must know. If B is moving initially to the left, if B is moving initially to the left, then VB should be given negative sign. The same convention holds good for VA. Means if VA is directed to the left, it should be given negative sign. Or in general, velocity will be positive if it is to the right, and it will be negative if it is to the left. So these are the simple things one must know. So again I would like to revise the things. For the two unknowns, we are having two equations. First one is MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MAVA plus MBVB, and the second equation in terms of the two unknowns is E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. Remember here E is coefficient of restitution, and value of coefficient of restitution is always less than 1 in practice. There is no material available in the universe having value of coefficient of restitution is equal to 1. So in all practical problems E is less than 1. Okay, E is less than 1. So let us move to the next slide. Here we will discuss about significance of coefficient of restitution, or the three cases, or the three cases or the special cases which you may come across while solving the problem. Okay, so first case is if E is equal to 0. As we have discussed, coefficient of restitution is always less than 1. Okay, but if E is equal to 0, what does it mean? When E is equal to 0, the impact is called as perfectly plastic impact. Remember, this is very important. The impact is called as perfectly plastic impact. Now when E is equal to 0, and if you are using this particular equation, E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB, if you write E is equal to 0 in this equation, your ultimate result will be VB is equal to VA. So when the impact is plastic or perfectly plastic, VA is equal to VB. VA is equal to VB. That is, after impact, the two bodies move together with common velocity. This is very important. In case of plastic impact, when collision takes place, the two objects move together with a common velocity because of the equation of E. E is equal to 0 is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. So 0 into UA minus UB is equal to VB minus VA, and hence the ultimate result is VA is equal to VB, and hence after collision, if E is equal to 0 after collision, the two bodies move together with common velocity V, and in this case there will be only one unknown, and the impact is called as perfectly plastic impact. And in perfectly plastic impact, when E is equal to 0, we will be having only one unknown, and hence only one equation is required to solve the problem. and that equation is MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MAVA plus MBVB. But since VA is equal to VB, we can take V common. So MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MA plus MB into V. This is because of the fact. Okay, and thus for one unknown, one equation is sufficient and the problem can be solved. Now let us discuss the second case. If E is equal to 1, if E is equal to 1. So if E is equal to 1, the impact is called as perfectly elastic impact. Remember, there is no material available in the universe having value of coefficient of restitution equal to 1. But you may come across a problem like this, कि coefficient of restitution is equal to 1. So what is the significance of this value, or what it means? When E is equal to 1, the impact is called as perfectly elastic impact. Now in perfectly elastic impact, both momentum and energy are conserved, and problem can be solved using law of conservation of momentum and law of conservation of energy. Now when E is equal to 1, there will be again two unknowns, VA and VB. When E is equal to 1, there will be two unknowns, VA and VB. Okay, and hence we need two equations. Here in the first case, E is equal to 0, so only one unknown was there, that unknown is V, and so this single equation is sufficient to solve the problem. When E is equal to 0, it shows that total loss of energy is there during the impact. So when E is equal to 0, again I am repeating, E is equal to 0, impact is perfectly plastic impact and total loss of energy is taking place, only one equation is enough. When E is equal to 1, it is perfectly plastic impact. It is perfectly plastic impact, no loss of energy is there, and that's why energy is conserved. So we have to use conservation of energy along with conservation of momentum. So two unknowns can be obtained using two equations. MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MAVA plus MBVB, and the second equation is kinetic energy before collision is equal to kinetic energy after collision. So 1 half MAUA square plus 1 half MBUB square is equal to 1 half MAVA square plus 1 half MBUB square. So remember, this is kinetic energy before collision, kinetic energy before collision, and this is kinetic energy after collision. So thus conservation of energy takes place, and using these two equations, problem can be solved when E is equal to 1. Because if you use, when E is equal to 1, if you use this equation, E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus EB, left hand side is 1, and it yields VB minus VA is equal to UA minus UB. So this equation is not at all suitable to solve the problem, and that's why instead of that equation, along with conservation of momentum, we have to use conservation of energy. So using these two equations, problem can be solved when E is equal to 1. When E is equal to 0, problem can be solved using this single equation. Now the third case, if E is less than 1, this is practical case. In practice, E is always less than 1. There is no material having E greater than 1 or E equal to 1. Okay, so in practice, E is always less than 1, and when E is less than 1, we have to use law of conservation of momentum. MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MAVA plus MBVB. Here E is less than 1, it shows that there is no conservation of energy or loss of energy is taking place. So loss of energy is taking place. When loss of energy is there, we cannot use conservation of energy. Okay, and that's why along with conservation of momentum, we have to use second equation in the form of coefficient of restitution. E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. So we'll be using this equation, only this form of equation, VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. One can also use this particular equation. there is no problem, but we will follow a single practice and we will use this equation to solve the problem. Okay. Now let us move to our first numerical. I will read the problem. Ball A of mass 1 kg moving with velocity of 2 meter per second impinges, means collides directly on a ball of mass 2 kg which is at rest. Find the velocities of the two balls after impact. Assume E is equal to 0.5. See, assume E is equal to 0.5. Here E is less than 1. So this is practical problem. E is less than 1. E is equal to 0.5. Now figure is not at all required if you are having good practice. Without figure you can solve the problem. Okay, but it is good practice to start with a simple sketch. Ball A of mass 1 kg moving with a velocity of 2 meter per second. Now it is not given in which direction ball A is moving, to the right or to the left. So we will assume that ball A is moving to the right. So this is velocity of A and this is object A. And we will assume that B is to the right of A. Then only collision will be possible. So B is to the right of A. Okay. One can assume A moving to the left and B to the left of A. But in that case, when velocity is directed to the left, you have to give negative sign for velocity of A. Okay. So one can try in that manner also. So from the given problem, it is good practice to write given data. So let us write down the given data. MA 1 kg, ball of mass 1 kg. So MA is equal to 1 kg. Impinges directly, moving with a velocity of 2 meter per second. So this is before collision. So UA is equal to 2 meter per second to the right, hence positive. Impinges directly on a ball of mass 2 kg. So mass of B is 2 kg, MB 2 kg, which is at rest. So velocity, initial velocity of B before collision is equal to 0. Find the velocities of the two balls after impact. So we have to calculate VA and VB. We have to calculate VA and VB. So two unknowns are there. E is less than 1. So we can use conservation of momentum and equation of coefficient of restitution. So straightforward problem. Here E is less than 1. Hence using the third case which we have already discussed. So MA UA plus MB UB is equal to MA VA plus MB VB. So writing the value of MA 1 UA 2 acting to the right positive. If you are considering it to the left, you have to write negative sign. Plus MB2 UB0 is equal to MA1 VA is the unknown, MB2 VB is the unknown, and hence it yields the equation VA plus 2 VB is equal to 2, and thus we are having first equation in terms of the two unknowns. Now E, using the second equation, E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. E is given 0.5. VB and VA are the unknowns. VB minus VA upon UA 2 minus 0. And it gives equation VA minus VB is equal to minus 1. This is the second equation. Thus we are having two equations in terms of the two unknowns. Solving these two equations, we can calculate the velocities of A and B after impact. So VA is equal to 0 and VB is equal to 1 meter per second. So after collision A stops and B will move to the right, because our answer is positive. B will move to the right with a velocity of 1 meter per second, and hence no further collision is possible. So thus the velocities after impact can be obtained. Now let us discuss the second problem. Ball A of mass 0.2 kg. So while reading the problem, it is a good practice to write the given data. A ball of mass 0.25 kg, so MA is equal to 0.25 kg, is moving on a smooth horizontal table with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Now direction of velocity of A is not given, so here I am assuming that A is moving to the right, and hence it is having a positive sign. UA is equal to 10 meter per second. This is before collision. With a velocity of 10 meter per second, strikes on an identical stationary ball B. Ball is identical, so MB is equal to 0.25 kg, similar to MA, equal to MA. which is at rest. So initial velocity of B before the collision is 0. Find velocity of ball B just after the impact. So we have to calculate velocity of B just after the impact if the impact is perfectly plastic. This is important. And when impact is perfectly plastic, it means that coefficient of restitution is equal to 0. So this is important. E is equal to 0 because the impact is plastic. Okay. Now when impact is perfectly plastic and if we use the equation E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. So the result will be VB is equal to VA is equal to V. And already we have studied when plastic impact is there, the two objects move together with a common velocity after impact, and thus there will be only one unknown and the problem can be solved using conservation of momentum. MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MA plus MB into V. V is the common velocity with which the two objects will move after impact. So writing the magnitudes of MA 0.25, UA 10, MB 0.25, UB 0 is equal to MA plus MB into V. So solving this equation, it gives us value VB is equal to or V is equal to 5 meter per second. So after collision, both the objects will move to the right with a velocity of 2 meter per second. To the right because our answer is positive. If you are getting negative sign, it shows that the object is moving to the left. Okay. Now in this way the problem can be solved. So this is the next second case, we can call it as second case when impact is perfectly plastic. While in the first case the value of E here is less than 1. Less than 1 means two unknowns VA and VP and two equations are required. When impact is plastic or perfectly plastic, problem can be solved using only one equation, that is conservation of momentum. Okay. Now let us discuss the third problem. I will read the problem. A ball of mass 2 kg is moving horizontally at 5 meter per second. Okay. Impinges means collides. Impinges directly on the center of ball of mass 3 kg suspended by a vertical cord which is initially at rest. If E is equal to 0.7, so practical problem, E is less than 1. Calculate the height to which the hanging ball will rise. Okay. So here figure is given. Okay. If it is not given, we must be in a position to draw the sketch. Okay. So ball of mass 2 kg, so MA. So given data can be written in this fashion also. Instead of writing MA is equal to 2 kg, UA is equal to 5 meter per second, we can write like this. MA is equal to 2 kg. Moving horizontally at 5 meter per second. So direction of motion of A is not given, so we will assume that it is moving to the right. So this is the velocity of ball A before the collision, moving to the right 5 meter per second. Okay. Collides directly on the center of ball of mass 3 kg. So this is ball B having mass of 3 kg which is suspended with the help of string, and the ball is at rest before collision. So this ball collides directly on B. Okay. Now we can imagine after collision between A and B, B will move. Since it is suspended from a ceiling, it will move like this. It will move like this. Okay. And it will reach to a height, maximum height. Here it will stop and it will start its journey in downward direction. So after collision, B will move like this. B will move like this and it will reach to a maximum height where it will stop and again it will return back in this direction. So we have to calculate the height up to which ball B can rise. Okay. So we have to calculate height. Here we are assuming that we are assuming that the ball reaches to position C and this height is required. So in the first phase we will consider collision between A and B. E is 0.7. So here E is less than 1. So two unknowns will be there. So two equations we can use. First is law of conservation of momentum and second is coefficient of restitution. So using law of conservation of momentum. Okay, MAUA plus MBUB is equal to MAVA plus MBVB. Okay, MA is 2 kg, UA before collision velocity of A is 5, okay, into 5 plus MB 3, UB 0 is equal to MA 2, mass remains same 2, VA unknown, okay, because we don't know what will be the velocity of A after collision, plus MB 3 into VB, we don't know velocity of block B or ball B after collision. So solving this equation, the result will be 2VA plus 3VB is equal to 10, right? So this is first equation in terms of the two unknowns VA and VB. Let us use the second equation. E is equal to VB minus VA upon UA minus UB. E is given 0.7, VB unknown minus VA unknown divided by UA 5 minus UB 0 stationary. Okay, solving this equation, the result will be VA minus VB is equal to minus 3.5, and thus we are having two equations for two unknowns. Solving these two equations, we can calculate VA is equal to minus 0.1 and VB is equal to 3.4 meter per second. Unit meter per second. VA minus 0.1 meter per second, VB 3.4 meter per second. So for VA we are having negative sign. It means that after collision A moves to the left with velocity of with a velocity of 0.1 meter per second, and B will move to the right 3.4 meter per second. So as discussed earlier, B will move like this from B to C. Okay, and at C its velocity reduces to 0, and again it will start its journey in downward direction. So we have to calculate height h. Now to determine height of rise from B to C, let us say B to C height is h. So this h is required. Now in this case, the ball is moving under the gravitational acceleration. Okay, under the gravitational acceleration here, and hence, under the constant acceleration, and here we can use the equation of rectilinear motion. V square is equal to U square minus 2GS from B to C. Now V square means velocity of the block at C, 0. Okay, U square velocity of the block ball at B. At B is velocity after impact, 3.4 square minus 2 into G 9.81 meter per second square into H displacement. Vertical displacement is H, and hence H is equal to 0.58 meter. So in this way we can calculate the height of rise. Now instead of using this equation V square is equal to U square plus 2GS, one can use work energy principle from B to C. Work energy principle, it can be applied like this: KE2 minus KE1 is equal to work done. Now here gravity force is doing work. So your equation will be KE2 means kinetic energy at 2 means at C will be equal to 0. Kinetic energy at C will be equal to 0 because here the ball will stop. Okay, minus KE1 1 half m into VB square is equal to work done by gravity minus m G 9.81 mgh. Okay, and thus you will be having the same answer, h is equal to 0.58 meter. So in this way we can calculate velocities of objects involved in collision after impact. Okay, so there are different cases when E is equal to 1, when E is equal to 0, when E is less than 1. Remember, when E is equal to 0, only one unknown will be there, and that unknown can be obtained using conservation of momentum equation. When E is equal to 1, both energy and momentum are conserved, and hence law of conservation of momentum and law of conservation of energy should be used to calculate the unknowns. And when E is less than 1, this is practical problem. Two unknowns will be there, and we can solve the problem using law of conservation of momentum and using equation of coefficient of restitution. So in this way we can analyze the problems related to impact or direct central impact. Now already you are having books or notes, class notes with you, which which are shared with you. You can go through the notes and you can solve additional problems uh, related to direct central impact. Thank you. Thank you very much.